Hi, I'm Raquel, and this is La Librarian Plans. Today I will be decorating my Fitness Monthly using the Rongrong Goal for It sticker book and some dating materials from Mojo Jojo Plans and from an Agenda 52 sticker book. If you're interested, please stick around. All right, let's start with the decorative part. And the reason I want to start with the decorative part instead of dating this first is because some of the dates will have to go over some decorative elements. So I thought it might be better to just get it all set up and then we can worry about, how it's going to finish up. So I am very tempted. I'm going to look through this book with you. And given that there's a lot of dolls, there's some boxes, which is great. So I'm going to be able to use some in the monthly. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use this stretch of florals in the bottom here. And that way we can kind of take care of that, bottom big empty space that's available there. I do realize this is off. So let me think. Yep. So it's going to go up to here. So that's perfect. These 4 boxes will remain empty. So we'll do that. All right. So I hope you're having a nice day. I just got back from an emergency trip, a family emergency. And so I'm like trying to catch up and trying to get everything done and getting, back on my, back onto doing YouTube videos. And I will say that 2 weeks off, I had recorded videos before I left for the 2 weeks, which I thought that was about the length of time I expected to be away. And unfortunately, the internet signal was not strong enough for me to be able to upload them. I tried uploading them even with my cell. And at that point, after waiting and waiting and waiting, I just decided, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I just can't be sitting here for hours tending to a YouTube video that doesn't want to load when I have a billion things to do. So I took a very temporary role as a caretaker as my family member got stronger. And so I was like, no time for this nonsense. So sorry about that. You missed a few videos from my content from the last 2 weeks. But anyway, I am very glad I was able to go and help. And, now I'm back home and just trying to get back into the rhythm of doing this and trying to remember exactly how I did things and all that. So anyway, that's where we are. Okay, that's pretty good. We still have that end there. So I think what I'm going to do is there's another big sticker that's about the same height as this one. So I am just going to add a piece. And it's not tall enough. I'm seeing that right now. So maybe not that one. I thought that one would work, but I'm realizing that it doesn't have the right height. I don't believe there's a second page of these, but I'm going to look. I'm also removing the back thing because it makes easier to store anything that you take off the page and then decide you don't need to use. You don't have the backing. Oops, it's trying to take the other sticker with it. Makes your life a little bit easier. Oh, there we go. All right. Let me finish getting this off. Sorry for the noise. Oh, wow. This is super, super sticky clear paper. Okay, there we go. We didn't ruin anything. We just took it off. Let's see. Nope, there isn't another sticker there to complete that. So we're going to have to use another one of these. And I'm looking and looking. I'm thinking maybe this one right here. And I am going to cut it from the page. I'm just going to very quickly cut around this. And I'm going to cut more or less where I think I need and hope for the best. So this is not very scientific. It's just let's try to get it, enough of a piece to finish off. And I realize it's too big, but that's okay. Much bigger than the flower that I'm trying to match up to. Not an exact science, unfortunately. You know what? Nope, that's not going to work either. So we're just going to put it down and pretend and, just pretend. Pretend with me, shall we? All right, so pretend that actually works in that space. And I'm going to slice off the edge like so and hope that one end is cut. Yep. Okay, so it's not perfect, but it filled up the space, and that's pretty much what I wanted, is just fill up the space, even if it's not absolutely perfect the way that I would want it to be. All right, so there we go. We have filled in that corner, and I'm seeing this very bright light coming in. I apologize for that. Guess I started filming a little bit too late in the day. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for some boxes in here to fill some of those squares. Since I have to redate them, it doesn't really matter if I cover them. So let's see. So I have one here. I'm also realizing that these boxes are much bigger than the boxes, the monthlies. Actually, no, they're not. They're a little bit, they're about the same size, I think. Yep, actually pretty good. Pretty good. So I'm just going to randomly put boxes in here, some pink ones and some blue ones. Yeah, it's a tad, like hang on a second, the tiniest little edge extra paper. So I just moved it so that I could see it a little bit better and see if I line it up much better in the corner, whether it actually fits exactly right or if it's still going to be a little bit over the edge. And it is a little bit over the edge, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so there we go. We got a pink one there. Then we're going to put a blue one here on the bottom. So there's no reason, no purpose for these other than to fill in a box, right? That's the goal here. It's not I'm marking something special or anything like that because this is my fitness planner. So there's nothing about dates or anything like that. Let me grab another blue one. Excuse me, pink one, not blue. And I'm glad it's a difference. That's the same style as this one. So put this one, oops, right over here, like so. Okay, and then one more blue one, and we're gonna be done with the colorful boxes. Maybe another pink one. Maybe over here on Saturday. I'm trying to avoid Friday because Friday is where I usually put my scales because I weigh myself on Fridays every week. So, okay, like so. Yep, that works there. And I think I need another blue one on this side, maybe on Labor Day. See if I can find another one. There are also some, what's the word I'm looking for? Some boxes is just the outline in color, but that's, doesn't really isn't quite what I had in mind. So let's put this one on Labor Day like so. So again, we're just filling up space more than anything. We're not really trying to do anything particularly brilliant or decorative here. All right, so now that we've put these, and you know what? Oh God, I really don't love that. Well, it's gonna stay that way. We're gonna leave it that way because we're gonna move on. All right, so now let's look for some decorative elements in here. I just saw a wish quote. I also saw a great keepable one. So I think I'm gonna use this quote here. I'm capable of achieving anything I want. So the vibe of this sticker book is definitely not a fitness vibe. And that's okay with that. I'm okay with that. Ooh, I think I'm going to have to put this one here because it's not going to fit in the box. A little bit taller than what it needs to be. All right, let's see. But I like the colors. I like the general vibe of it. So that's why I'm using it for this spread, even though it's not a fitness style. Let's see. And I don't know why, but I never want to block off the boxes. I want to be able to use the boxes here. I think part of it is because, I think I might want to write something in the boxes. I never do, but I always think I will. Let's see. I'm looking through the book. Sorry about that. I kind of like those folders. Let's see. Goal for it. I think I'm going to use this one right here. And if you watch my video, my goal planner video for this month, I am doing a creative wellness learning curriculum that starts on the week of the 8th and goes for 10 weeks. So if you want to hear more about that, check out my goals video for the month of September, which should be posted already in my channel. But I had a lot of fun creating it, or rather prompting ChatGPT to create it. So go over there and take a listen, because it was a great experience. And I think if you are, hearing about these adult curriculums, and I just ripped up the page, which is why I'm putting that sticker right back down. But you have no idea how to get started. That's exactly where I started. I was like, yeah, I kind of like this idea, but I don't know what to do. So go over there and take a listen, because it was great. And you can see what ChatGPT came up for me. And now I'm seeing my problem. See, now I have a pink box next to a pink box. So that is not going to work. So I'm going to pray that this sticker is going to cooperate again. And that I can then switch it with this one up here. And actually, if I really wanted to do this right, I would move all three of them, because I would want to alternate the style of box too. So I may just do that. Actually, I can't. So let's do this one here. And see, now I have blue and blue next to each other, kind of, sort of. But I'm just going to have to live with it. So, all right. This is what happens because I don't plan my spreads. I just see where the wind blows and where it takes me, and that's what you end up seeing on this channel. So it might be a little bit longer than most. I also don't edit my videos, but this is real life. This is real life planning. This is real life changing your mind and all that good stuff. All right, so there's that. So we have a lot of our functional kind of element, although this is really for decoration, the colored boxes. But I'm gonna see what else I can find here that might inspire me or might be a good decorative thing. I don't want to decorate this too much. I don't really, like I said, I don't really use this spread a lot. This is more, mostly I use it to record my weight. That's the big purpose of this particular spread. So I love these long strips of stickers. Maybe I'll put one of these girls on the page because I can. So let's find one that kind of sort of looks like me. She has better hair than I do, but but she will do. All right, because she definitely looks a little bit like me. And I'm going to put her right here, like so. And we're going to white out that line so that she's not cut in half. Okay. Oh, she has another line across her on the top, across her neck. Not a nice, actually chin, not across her neck. Okay. And finally, she has a line over her arm, under her arm. So we're going to stick it here. I'm going to white out that line too. She has a ring. I love it. Looks like a ring anyway. Okay. There we go. Now she doesn't have a line going through any part of her body. All right. I like her there. Oh my goodness. I really like her there. And then last thing we're going to do is we're going to date this because this is for 2024 and clearly it is not 2024. So let's see if there's another girl that works. And if not, we're gonna call this one done. But I'm realizing I don't have very many places to put her unless I put her here. because, again, Friday is my weigh-in day, so I don't like to block off those boxes. I'm going through the whole book, seeing if there's another girl that I like that would be a good one to include over here, like maybe somewhere over here. Let's see. I think I saw sneakers. Ooh, I saw sneakers. My hair is not that gray. I like this girl with the trench coat, but she's a blonde and I'm not. So they're not all going to match me. I do realize that. Oh, I kind of like her. Okay. I found another girl. Reminds me of a younger me. So let's see. Where can we put her? She cannot be floating. So we're going to put her there. And see, her pants are dark, so much less of an issue. Her hand. And then this is why I did not want to redate this until I was done placing decorations, because I did not want to have to move date stickers. For whatever reason, date stickers always give me a lot more grief to move than any other kind of sticker. All right, so we have our decor. I think it's good. It does what it needs to do, and it doesn't block off any of what is functional for me. So let me put down my scales before I forget. So let me find them and then I'll show you. Did I move them? Nope, I moved the water ones. Okay, so these are from Proud Sticker Designs, and they come, a lot of them, to a page. And I like the fact that they're plain because they don't basically fight any of the decorations that I might choose. So sometimes I go pastel, sometimes I go like super bright, and black and white is always perfect. So I could color them in, but I never do, and I'm never satisfied with the colors. I'm almost like markers on sticker paper kind of behave differently. I don't know if it's because of the glue or if the paper, you know, the composition of the paper is different or what the story is, but they always look much darker and never come out the way I think they're going to come out. So even mild liners. So I don't bother to color them in. Okay, so now we have our scales. And I'm going to think about if there's anything else I want to do decorative wise here. But other than that, I'm just going to date this in real time so that you can see where we're going. So I'm going to use, I pulled a couple different styles of days and also of 2 different colors of numbers. And I am thinking, because I have pink here on the top, that I don't want to use pink for the date. So I'm going to go with the blue. And that means that neither of these blues go well with it. So I'm going to go ahead and just redate first, and then I'm going to worry about what I'm going to put in days of the week. So these are not clear. So this is another reason why I wanted to kind of, you know, not have to mess around with moving dates once I was done. The good news is I don't have to white out anything. The bad news is that, you know, like in that instance where it's on top of another sticker, you know, it looks kind of dumb, but it is what it is. And you're seeing this in real life. Again, I don't like, I've said this before, I'm saying it again. I like to show you how long things actually take, because I think people, I think most of us understand that when you watch, you know, somebody speeds it up or somebody skips it, that you have no sense, right, of how long it really takes. And for me, I want to show you exactly what it takes an average person. I'm an average person, even though I've been a planner for a long time, to actually do this. And mostly it's because I'm hoping that if you've hesitated to buy a planner that's outdated because you're like, oh my God, redating is going to be a pain. It's going to take forever. It takes some time. I'm not lying to you. It does take some time, but it doesn't take nearly as much time as you think. I think the bigger problem is that you pay attention and that you date it correctly. That's the hard part for me. And the only reason I'm doing this correctly is because I'm doing it. I know exactly what date it is today. And September started on a Monday. And so that made my life a heck of a lot easier than if September had started on a Thursday. I'm more likely to have screwed that up than what is happening now. So these numbers are not perfect. They're not the right shade of blue, but I'm committed now. And so we're going to keep going with them. And so there's that. So if you've never bought an outdated planner, or an undated planner, and you're like, yeah, but I just don't want to redate. I completely understand. Sometimes I get sick of it. I've had years when I had to redate everything date everything because I had undated planners. But I like the flexibility at the same time. And right now I have one planner that I'm looking at that I kind of want. And at the same time, I keep telling myself, nope, you do not need it. You have plenty of undated planners in your stash. And you also have a few dated planners in your stash. And one of your goals for this year was to reduce your stash. So I am trying very hard not to buy a planner. And at the same time, scared that when I want that kind of planner next year, that Happy Planner will have gotten rid of it. But I have another chance because Kelva Plan is also coming out with that kind of planner. And her launch is in November. And I may just decide that by then I will have behaved well enough that I can allow myself to have one new planner for next year and then use either undated ones in my stash or redate some from my stash. In fact, I don't think I have to redate anything at this point. I think I have undated for this coming year. So I try not to redate. I have done undated ones. I've dated them the whole year before. And then I've had the problem of, oh, whoops, now I have a sticker that's in the way and I can't move the date because it's stuck on the page. So I'm going to avoid doing that. It just means more setup. Not more setup because it's the same length of setup. Just means to be mindful that that's part of the process of setting up each month and allocating enough time to doing it. So I will say that some of my planners, I don't have to date right away. So for example, this planner, right? I am posting this about a week late and I'm decorating it, actually 2 weeks late, and I am decorating this a week after the month started. And that's fine because the data, what I'm going to write on, I'm not using these boxes to write in necessarily. I already told you that. But what I have to write is recorded somewhere else. I just like to put it here because I want to see it here. So when I do my flip throughs for myself at the end of the year, I'd like to see that information on my monthlies. Yes, I can get it online, but there's something about seeing something written down that for me holds a little bit more power and more inspiration, good inspiration. Yeah, you're doing great. And, a reminder that, it's not terrible, not great, but it's not terrible. And that you really worked hard and you just have to work a little bit harder or make other changes or do something else. So that's why I like to see that stuff on paper. So see, I'm talking and I'm dating. And yes, it takes some time, but it's not like an inordinate amount of time. So there's that. Now I'm going to use the Mojo Jojo Plans pastel dated book to finish dating this because it has the wrong year. And while I'm at it, if I can find a September that I like, I might just cover September too. This book, the days and the months are stacked. Many of them are stacked. So I need to find one that isn't stacked if I can. And if not, cut one that is stacked. So I used blue, so I'm going to stick with blue. It's a different shade of blue, I'm realizing. There's a pastel-y one and there's a darker one. So the darker one kind of goes, but it's not long enough. See, it's too small. So let's see. I do have a 2025 in the pastel-y blue, so I'm going to put that down. I'm going to see if I can find a September that's big enough. because that one is too small. I don't know which of these I like the best. I like them all. So, yeah, see the same thing here. This has the brighter blue. I think I'm going to go with the brighter blue, so I got to change my 2025 because that one doesn't work. And let's see if there's a 2025, if there are years in these double. Oh, yes, they are. Okay. So let me grab the 2025 from that. Put it down there for a minute. And see if I can remember where this goes. I'm not going to find where this goes. I am going to find where it goes. Let's be positive here. We're going to find where the 2025 goes. So I can put it back. Although I realize I'm running out of time to use the 2025, but that's okay. I'm going to put it in a random page because I gotta finish here. All right, so I have my September. I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half so I can unstack it and put it next to each other. So September, whoops, and that needs to be whited out because it is too dark and you can read it through. Okay, whoops. Oh, I ran out. Did I run out? I ran out. No, I didn't. Let's see. I think there's still some. Ooh, uh-oh. I broke it. Oh, look at that. There's a chunk of it on the page. That was very clever. I couldn't find my Tombow tape runner or whiteout when I started using that one. So I used that one that I found in a drawer. Kind of random. Didn't even know I had it. And I finally broke it. I used it. But I used most of it. I'm pretty sure I did. All right. September. So Septa. Like that. And then Ember. Are you a fan of the burr months? I definitely am, even though it's still very hot here, even though we're in a burr month. We're not burring yet, I guess. All right, let's take a peek. See, I think that works. I like that pastel pink and blue spread for my fitness for the month of September. Oh, let's get it here. Oh yeah, that's light. I am sorry that the light is kind of iffy. Let's move it a tiny bit to the right so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. So there we go. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.